Welcome to Can Angels Fly? I'm Nancy, and today I'm here to talk about sexual entrapment. Hmm. I like to talk about a couple of things before I begin this video and cover this topic. I have the headphones on because the last few videos I made for YouTube have very low volume. Why that is the case, I don't know. I have a theory, and it is a conspiracy theory. I think YouTube is trying to silence me. Um, so the headphones are my attempt to try to counteract the low volume. So it may sound funny. My voice may sound funny. We'll see. The other thing is that this particular topic is a topic that YouTube will probably demonetize or flag or something. So I'm going to just make an announcement now, a disclaimer that this is a rated X video because we are talking about sexual entrapment. Um, Hopefully they don't flag me or demonetize me or anything like that, but we'll see. So this is just one of the topics that I like to talk about loosely. And again, it is rated X. I will be very my tongue will be very perverted. I'll say that during the course of this video. I'm not going to try to just censor anything. Anyway, let's talk about sexual entrapment or sexual slavery um, relative to, I guess, like the spirit. Hmm. Um, I was on YouTube. This was a few years ago, and I saw this post, and it was this lady that was laid across the bed, and she was in ecstasy. She was in a embrace of her lover, and she was getting it in. But her lover was a demon. However, she was not aware that her lover was a demon. So what she was seeing was an actual human, you know. But the essence of her lover was demonic. What they call it, maybe an incubus, um, had infiltrated her lover at some point in time in their life, and that lover brought that spirit to bed with her, but she had no idea. When I saw that particular post, I was like, "Ooh, I recognize that. I know that, and that's demon dick." X-rated, remember X-rated, triple X. Was it double X? This is X-rated. Anyway, that was some demon dick, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know that one." But not only is it demon dick out here, there's also ensnaring puss for the fellas. I ain't gotta say for the fellas, we are free and liberated now. So we got demon dick and ensnaring puss for whoever. Okay, let's keep it moving. And I bring these two particular um, lovers up. These are our lovers, and our lovers have been infiltrated by some demonic entity. Some of the basic examples of the basic demonic entities relative to sex is the incubus, as mentioned, and the succubus. However, they aren't the only two, they are a variety. The real concern here is that your lover can be possessed, the possessed lover, and you not be able to know. You don't know, you're not aware. And you enter a sexual relationship with that person. During your sexual relationship, that sexual exchange, your possessed lover is passing the essence of that spirit on to you. Therefore, you become susceptible to all the buffoonery um, of that spirit or spirits, depending on who your lover is. And those spirits that reside within the lover are, what was I about to say? I lost my line of thought that quick. Are I keep hearing something, so I apologize. That's what's throwing me off. Oh, I know y'all can't hear it because I got the headphones on. Let me back up a little bit. At some point in time in the course of a lover's life, they were infiltrated by some dark sexual energy or spirit or demon. An example of a person, a lover, getting possessed by a dark energy or a demon can come from one of the most popular ways that I know of is being promiscuous. And being promiscuous increases a person, in this case the lover's, um, potential to be taken over or infiltrated by multiple demons, negative, dark, heavy sexual spirits. And each spirit has its tricks and its demands, etc., etc. And so when you have your exchange, when your lover passes that the essence of that spirit onto you, you are susceptible to that spirit, that demon, that dark's energy's tricks of buffoonery. And it becomes evident when things start to go spin out of control in your life. Um, the it's to be beguiled. I know I'm starting off slow. To be beguiled, you become beguiled or bewitched by another. Other evidences of a person being beguiled is to become obsessive over the person, um, becoming reckless, as far as, I mean, activities including like unsafe sex. Um, it also has to do with being developing a codependency. Um, it's opens you up to being emotionally manipulated, that kind of thing. It opens you up to misappropriation of your money or funds. These are the kind of things that happen to a person who has been in contact with a lover that is possessed by some sexual spirit or entity or demon. As I mentioned, in this case, is demon dick and ensnaring puss. They got that something extra, and they want to give it to you. And the reason why they want to give it to you, not that, now don't get me wrong, the person physically doesn't probably even know that they have been infiltrated. However, those spirits play out through that person. They attach to you, and they first those spirits are alluring. That's number one. They allure you in. The guys look awesome. The ladies look amazing. Even check it out. Even if they really aren't that physically handsome or beautiful, or whatever the case may be. It's the spirit, it's the essence of the entity that is possessing them that allures a person in. Once lured in, you're made to feel comfortable. You give yourself over in a sexual relationship or experience, and that's when the spirit is able to transform from the possessed lover to you, and it begins to affect and influence your life. Um, this is a form of sex magic as well as sex entrapment, and sexual slavery. And why do I? Well, it's actually sexual entrapment, the alluring spirit. The sex ritual takes place, and it's that transference. Once the transference takes place, that's when can become a sex slave. Another thing that is possible to happen. Um, I want to go back and talk a little bit more about, like, when you first encounter a person, you engage them, and they are so alluring. It's just something about them. Sometimes we call it, we used to say we're attracted to them, but other times it's swagger. Swagger. Swagger is a spirit too. I'm familiar with a person's swagger, and the reason why I bring up swagger as a spiritual allurement is because a sexual spiritual allurement is because I have experienced it, and it was so I was beguiled, and I was like, "What is this?" I'm gonna name two instances that, in the course of my life, I recognized. My children's father had swagger in the way of a smile. Smile. It was just, and I can't even show you how he smiled, and it was a family trait. It was this amazing smile, like the curl of the lips, or something, And I just remember, like, wow, this dude got an amazing smile. You ever seen in a cartoon the person smile, ting? That's what he had, and I will be on it, like, one day I was like, hey, this ain't something wrong. Something wrong, and so I would kind of pull back. And a few years back, I had another experience where um, that's the ex I always talk about, where his essence overall was straight swagger, but it was in his appearance, and I would just find myself staring and staring and staring. It was just like pretty unusual staring, pretty unusual staring, and I was like, why am I staring at this dude? I mean, even after I've known him for years, staring and staring. And so I had to pull back. I immediately started reflecting back to my children's father's smile, and how it was beguiling, alluring, inviting, warm, trusting, and so much more. It was amazing. Then I came back to that present moment and was like, it's something about this cat that I can't take my eyes off of. And I never thought of it as magic or enticement. It's like the siren, the siren, the mythological character where the mermaid is singing and playing her instruments, and the sailors can't help it. They got to come to her. It was like that, the siren. So I guess that smile was like the siren. Whatever this look was on the X was this siren, and it just like beckoned me. And I can say that uh, the men that I've been with in my life all possess some type of swagger, or that siren energy that caught my attention. of course, I have been around so many different men and people in general, but everybody has a different swagger, is what I'm trying to get out. And I'm not susceptible to all swagger or sirens, but there are particular signals, swagger, sirens that completely pull me in. Now, I bring that up because once I became aware of that, um, it was easier for me to let go of them when the time came. I've had some interesting experiences. Let me tell you about one relative to the ex. Evidence kept emerging that it was time for me to let go. And I'm like, I'm going to let go and I'm done. But that ex would come around. This was back in the day. And I immediately like, huh? I'm staring again. Start locked in. Swagger. Tight. The siren going. And I was again beguiled by the energy. And I heard Spirit say to me, uh, don't look at them. That's what I heard. Do not look at them. That is the magic that they hold over you. Don't look at them. They told me they possess the magic. Do not lay eyes on them. So you know that had to be an awkward situation where we weren't broke up, but evidence kept popping up. And I did just as Spirit told me. Wouldn't even look at them. I wouldn't care if they cornered me. Wouldn't even look at them. Do you know the spell was broken? You know, and so that what I'm talking about is here. I anticipated for this video to be all exciting and stuff, um, and you know, energetic and all that kind of stuff, fun, talking about sex, of course, but uh, just thinking, there's probably a lot more I could cover on this subject based on my experiences. But I just wanted to talk about a little bit about how uh, others, the lover, can be possessed by demonic spirits, sexual um, deviant spirits that can play on you, that can wreak havoc in your life. And if you don't, so it's important to approach sexual relationships maturely and be aware, basically, be aware that these things are real. These the spiritual, what can they call it? Impact. Spirit is active in sexual relationship. It's my theory, of course, based on what I experienced, that we are susceptible to certain people, and they have swagger or the sirens allurement based on who you are determines which signal you pick up on. And once you pick up on that signal, you may become beguiled, enticed. After that, you're led to, through life experiences, the sexual relationship. And during that sexual relationship, that possessed lover um, passes on to you some of the essence of that um, possessing spirit. And that spirit wreaks havoc in a person's life in so many different ways. And in order to come out from under such bewitchment, you have to be aware. You got to be aware that others, the other, the lover, can be possessed and take you hostage, take you as a sex slave, and can emotionally manipulate you or cause you to be emotionally dependent. Now, if that is happens, I mean, it's all. I mean, it's all in the spirit. It's spiritual. Has a spiritual implication, but that points to something that exists within self. You know, um, I'm thankful. I've had. I guess I can't even be fun, but because I'm just looking at back over and seeing how serious I am, how when I have been. I'm gonna tell y'all why I can't be uh energetic and silly and just hang loose on this because I had so many experiences. Um, when I look back, I was like, wow. I'm looking back as I'm talking, um, and thinking like, wow, the stuff I could have really gotten into. The devil was, or the dark energies were really, really moving to attack me, but there was always something there to to save me, to help me out. So that's awesome. It's just a revelation I just had while doing this video. I just came aware that I'm covered. I'm covered. I'm thankful for the divine covering me. Yeah, because that those things, are real. They are real, and I guess that's what this video is about. As it just blah 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 all over the place. Just safeguard yourself. Approach sexual relationships maturely. I'm out. Bye.